and I did a few more things. The stream went silent. So this is the replica. It is not exactly the same code, but kind of the same code. Let's see, and this is the Android version. So they're on the same code base, except for load fonts, which is a little bit different, and load shader. And the other one doesn't have the game panel, interestingly enough. So I want to do the loading screen first, but I also want to start drawing the character already. It's like, I don't really want to sleep for some reason, but whatever. So load screen. I was getting some ideas or something. Let's just do the load screen. Yeah, and why isn't it color text? See, I just want to search render, see if it's using this class. Because the prototype, maybe I didn't copy it with the color text. Now let's see, like in the prototype version, don't take my cheeks, don't is with yellow. But how do I change it back to be like non-yellow? So let's search render real quick for color text. See what the difference is. There is no color field text class. There's none. It doesn't have it. Okay. So it doesn't have this feature yet. Can't have color text. We're doomed. No, this can have it, but it would be good to add it now. So let's add color text to the loading field too. Make it double the difficulty for no reason. So this is the game instance interface. We don't need the game instance interface right now. We will though, because we first need to load the loading screen. We needed to have like 3 text fields. We needed to have loading text, percentage text. We need to have game name. We needed to have UI loading bar. And just set to salt to null for now. It can also have, let's see. Sprite. Sprite 1. Logo 1 or something. And a few sprites maybe. Quad loading shader key, quad loading shader, add UI cool to kind of designate it. Alright, so let's just kind of start from the very, very basics like we did with that one. First, let's just make a quad. After the loading screen is done, then we got main menu. And then finally we will have in-game menu. And then we still need to add, I think, on top of this, the UI and the sprite manager and the player controller and the platforms or something. We need to do like a lot. That's why I kind of didn't go to sleep or something. Alright, so let's make a new file, call it loading UI folder. UI code game loading quad cdk or something. Make this clean and stripped down as possible. Now I know I declared this UI loading bar. So let's bring this thing back in. Let's leave that there actually. This could be the background layer. A background and there could be a non-background. I'm making this way too complicated. Alright. Because it really preloads the texture before then. But what if we load the assets after? Because there might be like a callback to the curl or not here, or HTTP. Alright, let's just create a quad and some text. First, let's create the quad. Because the loading bar will really be a replica of this. It's better to define that later, but I'm just going to start at 0.5. And the height will be 90 or whatever. Now let's actually call it what the class will be. This. Prove the right file. I don't know if I put in this elements graphics data thing right inside here. I think I only used this one. I think I need to debug. Yeah. I recycled the same one everywhere. Okay, gamepad 1. I have to fix this now. Could have nude this, but whatever. Okay. That's the thing, the loading screen requires text rendering already. The problem is, I might need to like embed into the code the text and everything. That would be an interesting optimization. I don't know why I'm renaming all this, but later on I know how bad it gets. This becomes like, you can't tell which file you're in, because all the variables start looking the same. I'll make this like 0.95. What was it? 45? Yeah, let's try 95. And we need create loading quad. Look at the structure real quick. Copy paste one of these. I want to copy paste out of the first original. It just makes things faster. Just makes it cleaner. People like coding in C or something to make things from scratch. That's cool. The reason C++ is good over C is it gets to be organizationally more readable. I think we just call new on it. First we need the quad tip here. We may have to make this go away. We do need to compile this sooner than later. But I'll still make this class before then. I'll make it out of that other class because did I save this shit to the right place? Yes, it's just Notepad++ is being Notepad++ ish. It's being like Visual Studio. We kind of have to strip this down for it to have nothing. I need a nothing class anyway. The loader bar, not shader. Yeah, for the shader thing. This will be like super scratched. Just like more intense fun coding this. Just to see the flavor that it'll come out. Destroy these. If we want the loading bar to be absolutely like nothing here. Like just pure code. And some good comments, just like this is what only it does, and that's it. Don't like, yeah, I want it to be like, does it look like this? So it creates the object, but it doesn't do anything yet. What else were we gonna do? Oh yeah, use color text. Figure out how to get color text to work. That'll be the next thing. We just need to compile this now. Alright, let's do something unique. Let's try to compile this on PC first, since we have this new folder. Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm getting a lot of these. Yeah, and it'll just grow in the messiness. Pretty soon it won't be recognizable what we're doing. Okay. What we need is graphics, and then I made this a wild card for the reason that there's just going to be more shit. And I should break everything into folders as much as possible. I don't want to go 3 nested deep, just 2 nested deep, because that also creates fucking bullshit, just chaos. Because then we'll have OGG library, netcode, and OGG is part of sound, and then netcode curl, and we have free type, and I don't remember the rest. There could be like more. And we didn't even touch the sprites yet. I guess we'll touch them just so we can get to the main menu faster. I still need to figure out or look how the state machine interface will work. I have one and the other one. Alright, so pretty common. We just didn't. Alright. It is for points. I'm gonna fix certain error first. This is main menu interface. Game menu. Will not be game UI. Save. It was inside the game menu. And Lord, good glory. It'll be something like that. But it's good I made this here. Whatever. I was supposed to fix this. Like, why doesn't it have a type? Alright, this should be defined. It's this type thing that shouldn't be defined. Okay. UI flow game loading quad penalty type. I'll just make it 30,000 for now. Alright, that should fix everything. No, okay. Doesn't fix anything. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is include this bar thing. Let's include everything. Let's include this. And there's going to be quad. And then there in folders. Then we also need the text. Only two text. Oh, this is turning into like a complicated system. Yeah, so there's regular field text and then there's color text. I should just like get rid of the regular one and just go with one. But it's always nice to have the difference. It's not that much more binary bloat. And where is this located? I think this is located in the same folder, so this will just work. And this just needs to be loading UI or something. Yeah, loading UI. This should give us access to everything we need here. I'd be surprised if it compiles and works. Yeah, something's got to be wrong. UI cool shader, loading shader does not name exist. Alright, so this is a part of game loading quad. Why don't we have game loading quad? Instead we have this other crap. UI loading shader. UI loading. Okay, cool quad. Why isn't this name the same thing? I don't know. Well, it's my drowsiness. We'll save that name. So we are going to need another thing to just mess with. This L, why is this? It should be here. We should move this. I'll just leave this here for now, but actually, There is a cool effect I could do with this. I could like manipulate the data. I could re-replicate the background panels and do weird stuff, but I don't know why we would do it here. Do quad wake damage this loading text. I don't know. That would be the idea. Okay, whatever. It's just I'm trying to get rid of stuff I don't need. Because like it just okay. I've just destroyed everything. Cool. It has to be the same name as the file name because I'm trying to keep being organized here, very, very organized. And we're just doing a bad job of it because I'm typing in wrong stuff. And I'm creating new classes that I haven't even like needed yet. It's not a problem. It creates like hallucination, human hallucination. And I mistyped something. Cool loading quad. Why is it janked up right here? Alright, let me just look at it. 24. What the hell? Oh. Makes sense. So I didn't remove that because I needed to copy paste it. Should get rid of some of these warnings. Alright, in text field color class. That's fine. When it does the set text, if we just do this, it removes one of those warnings. Get rid of multiple definitions. Alright. We're compiling with the wrong command, I believe. This is one. It's very confusing sometimes. There shouldn't be any more graphics files. Yeah, it should be this command. I don't understand. Uh-oh, I broke everything. Okay, let's go to this line of render and fix this warning. Why? Because the other error is like easy to fix. I need to start fixing these. Because the warnings are really like getting in the way of fixing errors. They're really the problem. 2263. Okay, so we got rid of like 3 warnings. There is no return. Okay, return 0. I don't know if we can fix this. Text render class that. That'll be the next one. Most of this is ints to longs and unsigned ints. These two, let's push the VBO and it will be easy. Let's see. Can we just say screw it and just compile a new exe, because I don't like adding new exes. It's creating garbage, but it'll let me know if wiping the app temp folder so we should see that we have less warnings now. It's the compile command, okay. I don't think it's a compile command. I think it's the instance. This is fine. Oh, why is this here twice? Oops. Okay, our warnings went down. Let's try to just get rid of all our warnings. It's like a good future proposal. Which are okay, push the VBO if it reaches the end, or if it reaches this one point. Make it 1. Like error happened, then still a return here if it's successful. 381. It's probably a little different here. Well, yeah, because it's a bigger class. Okay, so that'll get rid of those two. So we got rid of 3 warnings. Now we have, even if we don't get rid of these really fast, text renderer class. Kind of feel like loading this file just Let's have it loaded and go to the render class. 777. The lucky slot machine. And let's ask AI to do this part because I think I could do it, but warnings. Yeah, because faster, maybe. Static cast. Yeah, it wants me to do this crap. The value is massive. Narrowing to the long small events. So it just wants me to let's just keep this code. And this will be the reference. It sucks how they remove the share button, but whatever. Let's see. Let's see if it works on Android now after we make it. Oh, it just gives more warnings. This is dumb. Then I think we need to define characters text cached. It's funny how it works anyway because it doesn't use all the bits. It's no crack. Okay, no. has to be unsigned int. What about the bearings? Like, what does it say about the bearings? and the advanced. Long int. Okay. Gotta get rid of this stupid ass static thing. It's causing more crap than it should be just written. No. They're just little warnings, but alright, so we got rid of 2 of them. Unsigned int, JK int, bitmap, map left. On 780. Yeah, the width. No. The bearing? But what about the bearing Y? That doesn't make sense. Well, maybe it does, because the bearing Y is unsigned, not assigned. I'm just making well, I guess it's okay, left and top, okay. So I think what's unsigned goes to Y, because it could be up or down, and then X can only be forward, but it could actually be backwards, because there's languages, well, they go backwards. How did advance break now? I don't get. How is it ignoring the texture? Just comment this out. I believe it's causing a problem. I might get an error though. Okay, so this is PC version. Alright, I see what's going on here. It's like some really weird bullshit. It's not using the code, it's giving me the warning on. Put a 0 here. That's why it's like funky. This is like garbage. Oh, good. Okay, so we get 2. Okay, that makes a little better sense. What's going on now? 633. And 782. It's a bitmap top. I shouldn't have any warnings now. It's like a stupid little thing to fix, but yeah, like now it's like clean. We don't have this thing to read. Like my eyes are pretty good at reading that, but alright, so we have this up here, which is our new quad with no, that's the loading. Which is the new quad. Let's actually draw it as the new quad. So we'll do PC version first. So we do need to load up the PC shaders. I think we could just get away with doing fragment shader, but we will load vertex shader. And we do have to compare them. Okay, good. So it's version 120. The reason I like version 120, it's like good on potato. We try to compile this on Windows 7 later on a really bad computer on Windows XP. We don't have that other bullshit. Alright, so we need to insert this here. The problem is the other shader has gamepad UI code. This one doesn't yet. It's like coding in the dark because we don't see anything in terms of like touchscreen on Windows. At least I can't. Like, how much? That's not cheap. It's not touchscreen. This is like kind of where's touch? It's not touch. It's just like other shit. Yeah, this one's touch. Is it wireless too? It'd be interesting to try it on one of these cheap ones. Like, why don't they have even a cheaper version? It's like mountable. Like, this thing's gonna break. Like, I could just see somebody like, he's doing evil stuff, extorting them for money with a fake face. Your face is AI. Okay. So now we have to go and look at our value. I think it was like 30,000 or something stupid. It's not a text field renderer. You know, we're gonna have to mess with that pretty soon. Loading bar. Close. It's this. 30,000. So this value, getting lost here, will be 29999. Will be 30,000. The geofrag color will be the color of our loading quad. What if we set it to this? Oh, it'll set it to the texture. What will it do? Since this shader's in a file, it's like really easy to test. It's like, no, it's not that. But I think there's something else wrong. I think the shape, the type ID is not being passed correctly. Oh no, it is, because we see the loading quad. Look at its small size though. And that's kind of stupid. Can we make it full screen? without the projection. Why has this fucking crazy ass condition? I really don't like this. Like, this is fucking nuts. If the X is greater than 5, then project it. And if it's not, just make it 2D. Huh? And that's the projection matrix right there. And if the ID is like, no. Like, what was this supposed to do? That's like bad. Okay. That's just bad code, but whatever. If just avoid it for now. It's like, it's gonna cause too many headaches. Just try to figure this out right now. And I think this can't be the problem on the Android though, because unless it's part of the Android, but if W is 2999, 5 or greater, UN is less than 000. Just give me 2D coordinates, I guess. Z is 0.5 or something. And well, the position is being, the X position is being told to be Y projection. At the end here. But why? It's for some shader crap. Or for the color. But I believe it's got to be one of these. It's really crazy though. Yeah, just this is varying, so it's not like it's a required later on. Okay, it is kind of required, but not. What's it called? Essential sense. Okay, the W of the position gets to be the W of the position, so okay. The essential is there. Alright, so that's how it would look like if it was just 2D. The projection wasn't all being all weird. But then we have to like match up the shaders. Alright, so let's do this. The Y starts at 1.5. Where does it end? Plus height. What if I started at 1.5? 7.5. Really basic, stupid thing, but it's like, damn it. It should be actually full screen, maybe. So I need to do 2 quads, one is stick for the touch shader. Okay, so why is the top still screwed up? I'm supposed to be touching the top of the screen. You can see more jank in the text though. It's okay. You can fix that with shader. I think it's supposed to be that way, just so you see where the cutoff lines are. Okay, so Y is Y. I think 50 is the correct number. So that's why 1.5 is 75%. 75 times 2.0 is 150. That's why. Because it goes from normalized coordinates of -1 to 1, both in X and Y directions. Alright, so that looks a little more load screeny-ish. So let's produce the text or the Android version. Let's go with the Android. See what we're dealing with here. So we're cross-compiling it. We're compiling the same CPU logic code. GPU, not yet. Well, kind of. Except I have to write different shaders on both ends. The shaders can be actually generalized to where I pull it from a file and I use GLFrag color and I replace it or something. Because they're pretty similar. There's a few differences. I could just replace all the common keywords, but it's just annoying if more things get added. It's easier to just recode them in their own languages just to see what some of these phones do have a little bit different response to the shaders. I'm using this phone because it has the most sensitive response, and some other reasons. Okay, so we've hit this bottleneck. We were just here, and why are we pissed? Yeah, so we can see that this is a different compiler. I'm going to modify this in here because this is where we were trying to fix warning, and I knew that fixing this warning would end up causing more problems than it needs. But see how here it's not getting any Y coordinates? But why not? It should be just like this. It should be just like clean without any static casts. So let's see if that fixes it. Like it should be like the same, both for Android and thing. And I need to write cleaner retype import, but it's like first I had to write the same version. Like, uh-oh. What happened? Okay. That's fine. What did we have here prior to this? Uh-oh. What was this value? It's in our prompt. It should have been this. But I see here that there's like missing parameters. It's really funny how this is turning out. Like, I'm still stuck doing the stupid font thing. The reason should it be in the inner loop? Is it in the inner loop? Or is it within the height thing? It exits the loop. There is width and height. No, that's not the problem. Like, why is it mad? Okay, non-control paths. Does not return. Okay, that's just a warning now. C++ 11 warning error. We shouldn't need an explicit cast. Alright, let's try to compile this again for a second here. This is jacked up right here now. This is like stupid. Should be 0. Shouldn't need this. Only 30, 38, and 339. Which variables exist? So GCC likes this, and G++. Okay. G++ 8.1 versus, this is Clang. Clang CPP, yeah. I see what the problem is now. That makes sense. Okay, so the width and the height are actually not declared right here. They should be signed in to satisfy the parameters, because these are unsigned. And then it really happens, what happens here is the byte can get screwed up, but Clang later gets really pissed when I'm just trying to throw it into a struct without having the right type. So it's like a precompiler just screaming at me. Okay, this is just because we haven't added the class to CMake and created the object. It's like there, we couldn't link to this object. Okay. So let's link to our new objects. Here will be objects, loading UI. Loading UI arm. Yeah, we have to get back to cutting up sprites too. I'm using some of them. When we sync this, well, this syncs, we'll just write the notes down. And it should be ready. So that was my first real, like, cross-platform experience or something. Experiment complete. Yeah, I mean, aspect ratio wise, this is like stupid. And I guess it would just have to be like sideways like this. But the screen isn't wide, like the phone would be wide. That's the difference. The loading screen here is twice as small. No, way more. All right. Let's have the loading text first. I don't have this text render class. I need to make it global. But what if it's in a different language? What if we have 10 of them? Go get render. It should be inside render. Yeah, it's a public. very kind of interesting and sloppy how we have to do this, but it's not that bad. It could be cleaner. This is the global context thing. Just a way to pass around the whole game state through renderer. Alright, let's see if we made text loading work. It says loading right here. Okay. Oh, it can be like any character. Any character can have its color changed. This is a cool class. You could change. You could even change half a character's color. Damn it. I just made the basics thing work. Why is there an array? Because each vertex position has its own color definition. That way you could change per character. Also do per half character. Can you do per point? Maybe. That would be cool. Which signs distance field? That'd be even cooler. So let's set color. Let's see if it compiles first of all. I have the modification code. No, set color isn't declared in the scope. I'm serious? What the fuck? Oh, it's called color text. It is called color text. Oh, I didn't write a class function. I wrote a global function. Oops. Oh, there's no alpha. Who cares about the alpha for now? It's like dumb. It could also be a color too. Not just double colors and sign distance field. There's like so many features fonts has. Okay, loading. Alright, loading. How do I make it bigger now? The default scale is like 0.025 or something. Something very small. No, it's 0.005. This is like the default natural scale that occurs in nature in OpenGL. I would guess Vulkan and Metal too. It's just like normalized coordinates. That's really how big fonts usually are around this scale. So I'll just make it like 5 times bigger. Not a half times smaller. Doing 10250 freaking every floating point value is being calculated. Alright. That looks actually kind of cool because of how cartoon stupid it looks. Can we change the Z position to be like above everything? I don't care. We could make it part of the update. its Z position is being determined by the shader, isn't it? Kind of. Oh no, its Z position is being a text color red. So it would have to be a fucking type parameter. Would have to pass it in as W and then like figure it out again in the shader. Just so we can keep 4 and then 4 vertex attributes. Keep our performance up, optimizations. Alright. Let's just run this on Android and then we go. Do this again a little bit. Alright, let's see how this renders on Android. Loading screen 0.2. Yes, text field class is like undefined. What the problem? Fuck. What did I not like? Undefined symbol. I think we need to class the, this is a compiler thing. Text field color class. Line is mad. Is it because it's not inside of CMake, or is it because we didn't put it in the H file? This is the interesting part of the question. It's not part of the CMake class. Okay, let's add it to notes because that's like an important change. I think I tried to attempt to do this without color class, and then the color class got coded after. This brings this part to completion. So it wasn't completely the same on both ends. Now it will be. Let's see, it should pass Clang now fine. Loading. Cool.